Easy. It's a toxic cycle of white supremacy and white ideology that has survived the test of time.
Hey beautiful people, how y'all doing today? Taget Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, it's a video I can't remember. Okay, I think somebody shared the link on one of my videos and I tried to click on it. It's a video of a white man literally explaining I don't want to say the word so that I don't want this video, you know the word, how strong and how powerful it is. Guys, I need you guys to see this video and come back.
From a white little town in North Carolina where I learned white supremacy. Racism is so casual where I'm from, it's culture. I'll say it again, racism is so casual, it's culture. And that culture breeds the next generation of white supremacists. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about that cycle of white supremacy that has yet to be broken. I want to talk about the silent complicity of white America whenever white supremacy is challenged. I want to talk about the ignorance of white America as it pertains to identifying and stopping white supremacy. Because you see, white supremacy is the single most dangerous thing in America to anybody who doesn't look like me. But every time white supremacy rears its ugly head, we treat it like it's a new dog doing new tricks. No, it's the same dog, same tricks. And I'm here to tell you that if we don't change how we treat the dog, it's going to keep doing the same trick. It's going to keep biting. I was raised in the mountains of western North Carolina in a white little neck of the woods, often referred to as a holler. I grew up with the Confederate flag in my front yard, and my neighbor had one in his, and this neighbor in his, and the guy down the road, everywhere. That flag was a sign of our heritage. At least that's what I was told. What heritage, might you ask? A heritage of simple, hard-working Christian folk. Patriots who love their country and their neighbor. As long as your neighbor looks like you. Because I'm here to tell you, I didn't have any black neighbors. In fact, you had to go about 20, 30 minutes down the road before you got to the black neighborhood, or where I'm from, they refer to as the bad part of town. You see, racism, where I'm from, is so casual, it's hidden in plain sight. I didn't know it existed. The N-word was daily vocabulary. I didn't even know that was a bad word. Growing up, I learned that people who sag their pants are thugs. Growing up, I learned if you live in government-assisted housing, it's because you're too lazy to get a job and work hard like us. Growing up, I learned that these people get food stamps and sell drugs. You see, one day my dad was going on a rant about just that when a guy knocked at my door. So I went and let him in. The guy went and sat with my dad, handed my dad some money. My dad weighed out the right amount of marijuana and gave it back to him, you know, a drug deal. And then my dad took the money from that drug deal and he put it in his wallet, right next to some red, yellow, blue, green food coupons. You may have heard of them. They're called food stamps. Did my dad see the hypocrisy of us having food stamps and selling drugs while he's telling me about these people getting food stamps and selling drugs? No. Because my dad would explain it like this. Son, I work hard and I pay taxes, so I deserve these food stamps. And I don't make enough money and I want to provide for you children, so I got to sell these drugs to make ends meet. You see the hypocrisy of that. The cognitive dissonance is cringeworthy. How could my dad, an otherwise intelligent man, be so ignorant? Easy. It's a toxic cycle of white supremacy and white ideology that has survived the test of time. You see, during slavery, only rich white people could afford to enslave other people. But to prevent the poor white people from empathizing with the plight of enslaved black people, what the rich white people did was this. They told the poor white people, hey, if you work hard, you can be like us. And what they did was they gave them management positions on the plantation, called them overseers. That way they were more important than the enslaved black people. The idea was simple. You might be poor, but hey, at least you ain't black. That ideology, that mindset has survived the test of time. Fast forward to my dad sitting in the living room ranting about these people with food stamps and drugs while selling drugs and using food stamps. I can hear it. We might be poor, but at least we ain't black. This is a cycle. And understanding that cycle, understanding that context, understanding this history is the key to dismantling white supremacy. Breaking that cycle is the key to defeating racism. Because I want you to understand, and this is very important, that although white America's busy spinning conspiracies of white America being targeted, there's no tangible, quantifiable evidence to justify their case. But ironically, the same people that believe that will refute systemic oppression against the black community when there's tangible, quantifiable evidence to prove it. The United States Department of Justice statistics show a black man's 3 times more likely to be killed by the police than a white man. The United States Sentencing Commission has proven that a black offender will receive a 19% longer sentence on average than a white offender, same crime, same criminal background. A black mother is 4 times more likely to die during childbirth than a white mother. 22% of black Americans live in poverty, only 9% of white Americans live in poverty. If you're a black American in this country, you're 2.5 times more likely to live in an environmental justice neighborhood. That means you're next to a power plant, next to a waste dump, next to a structure that poses significant health risk, regardless of your income. These are irrefutable facts, tangible evidence that shows black America is disproportionately disadvantaged in this country, yet the vast majority of white America calls that government lies.
So let me know what you think about that video down in the comment section. And this is something I always like. I've had this conversation with some of my friends, some of my melanin friends, and I'm like, some of these white people, the way they were raised that they don't even realize that they are being racist. Do you understand? Because it's a normal thing, it's a day-to-day life for them. So when they come to the actual world and people are calling them out, they don't understand why we are calling them out. They were like, okay, what did I do? Well, like, there's nothing wrong. That's how it's been done. And I also feel like if you're a white person watching this video, this is like, try to consciously educate yourself, especially when it comes to melanin people. Try and educate yourself so you don't be racist unknowingly. Like, I don't know if I shared this story on my channel of a friend of mine from Europe. He didn't understand why he can't say the N-word, but we black people could say the N-word. And the day he said it, I flipped on him. Like, in your life, don't ever, like, I was so pissed that day. Like, in your life, don't ever use that word on me ever again. And he didn't realize, it was like, he was baffled. He was baffled why I was so pissed. And after I calmed down, I explained to him what the word means and why he can never use the word. And to my surprise, he had no knowledge of it. No knowledge of it. He just like, oh wow, that's mean. I never knew that was what the word is for. So that's to say that a lot of white people sometimes they are literally blind to their own racism. Literally, they are blind to it. They don't even know they are racist. Anyway, guys, share your thoughts on this video down in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share this video with someone that you want to be part of the conversation. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Deuces.